Hey everyone, it's D3PX here. I'm in front of the green screen today, but the green screen is not green screened. Today, I got my little, I guess, recap of the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase and the Indie World Showcase. I was gonna recap both, but to be honest, I don't really remember, like, anything that happened in the Indie Showcase. Like, I think I remember the game made by the same people who made Grease. I think it was called Neva. And, it ended with Pizza Tower coming to the Switch today, which is pretty cool. That's neat. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. The Indie World Showcase usually has like the smallest of games, you know. And I like that. I appreciate that. I like that they're giving it a platform to reveal their games, you know, because at the Jeff Keighley shows, like, what, like $100,000 to reveal your game, you know, they just can't afford that. So a Nintendo Direct, you know, gives them the proper platform and all that. That's pretty neat. It's just a lot of these Indie World Showcases have so many games that I just don't care about. That don't interest me. But yeah, like, just, yeah. I don't have much to say about the Indie World Showcase. But I usually don't cover these either because there's not much to ever talk about, and that doesn't change here. There's really not much to talk about. Moving on to the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, I really was not expecting much from here because it's a partner showcase, and I feel like you have to temper those expectations a little bit when you go into those. And a lot of people don't seem to understand what a partner showcase is. I remember when they first started doing these back during like the pandemic, people hated them, you know, and people kind of understood what they were. It was like third-party companies showing their stuff coming to the Switch, right? But they stopped doing them for a little while, and now that they started doing them again, people like get confused and they're like, where's Mario, where's Zelda, where's Smash Brothers? It's like, you gotta understand that this is not a regular Nintendo Direct. It's called a partner showcase because it is showcasing what the partners, aka the third-party companies, are bringing to the Switch. We'll see some first-party stuff there, like maybe, like I remember we got like Hyrule Warriors there once, or we got Mario and Rabbids there once, or even like Endless Ocean, which is straight up a Nintendo game. I don't know why that was there, but the other two, you know, those were developed or published by a third-party studio, but like were like if it was developed by a third-party studio, it was published by Nintendo. If it was like published by a third-party studio, it was also published by Nintendo because it had Nintendo characters. But you gotta temper your expectations when you go into a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, because these are not regular Directs. These will have little to no first-party announcements. So you have to understand that. I just feel the need to say that because so many people seem to just forget that every time we get a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, and they are all disappointed. They're saying it's bad. They're saying it's like there's nothing in there because they were expecting Nintendo stuff when you shouldn't have been expecting Nintendo stuff, because Nintendo stuff is like little to none of it will be in a Direct Partner Showcase. And what we got in this one I thought was really solid. One thing I noticed, and there's a lot of like, pretty much all my highlights were these. There's a lot of remakes, remasters, and collections. It kicked off with Tetris Forever, which is a collection of Tetris games, but done by Digital Eclipse, who are amazing at these sort of games, at collections. And it's like a compilation of many different versions of Tetris. Like, people like to consider, like, when they talk about Tetris, they kind of just talk about it as it's like just every version of Tetris is one game. But really, it's like, there's so many different Tetris games. And they are all at the core, like, very similar. It's still at its core Tetris. But, you know, like say Tetris on the Game Boy, for example, is very different from Tetris, excuse me, from Tetris Effect, you know. So, yeah, Tetris Effect's not in this, collection, but still, like, a lot of Tetris games are in this collection. And they're also doing a little extra thing with the collection where it's like you get this own game in there, and it's like the art style or the aesthetic of the game changes like depending on what you do. That's pretty cool. There's some like documentaries in there and shit. Pretty cool. It says available. It's gonna be coming later this year. Clock's kind of ticking, you know. we don't have a whole lot left of this year, so if it's going to come out this year, it's going to come out soon, or else it's getting pushed into next year, which is fine. But yeah, I'm not going to go over everything in this partner showcase. I'm going to go over the things that I liked, things that I found interesting. The second game, though, was a game called Star Overdrive, which is like interesting looking, like open world game where you like ride around on like a hoverboard and like attack shit and stuff like that. I would like to see more of it. It looks interesting. I don't have much to say about it. The Patrick Star video game. Why? Why is this a thing? Yeah, it was leaked before. I knew about it before, but just why is it a thing? This one really shocked me. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I was really not expecting, like, I really love the Capcom Fighting Collection that we got a couple of years ago, but I really was not expecting a sequel, you know? I was expecting maybe, like, they recently put out SVC Chaos on, like, everything. So I was kind of expecting maybe we can get, like, a Capcom versus SNK collection or SNK versus Capcom collection, just that crossover in a collection, but we just get a whole nother Capcom collection. Let me read to you what the games are on here. We got Capcom vs. SNK, we got Capcom vs. SNK 2, Project Justice, Capcom Fighting Evolution, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Plasma Sword, Power Stone, and Power Stone 2. Now that's crazy. Like, these are some games I never thought Capcom would ever re-release. Like, Capcom Fighting Evolution. I can't believe they're bringing that game back. I can't believe they're bringing back Power Stone and Project Justice. A little weird that they're doing Project Justice, but they're not throwing in the first Rival Schools. Project Justice is, like, a better game, obviously, but, like, I feel like you would do both, but I guess not. And Plasma Sword as well is exciting. So, and of course you got the Capcom versus SNK games. Which I was not expecting. So, yeah, it seems like Capcom's relation with SNK, Capcom's relation with Marvel are, like, you know, I think in a matter of years, we will at least get an announcement of a brand new game from both. Okay, from both series. Comes out next year, I can't wait. And speaking of collections, Marvel vs. Capcom, the full title is Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Really dumb name. I'm just gonna, whenever I'm referring to this, I'm just gonna refer to it as the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, which I cannot wait for. I know if you go back to my list on my main channel of my most anticipated games for the rest of the year, I know Indiana Jones is gonna be #1, but had I included games like the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, that would probably be #1. And it comes out in a couple of weeks, way sooner than I thought. The leak was that, like, it was leaked to be coming out on November 22nd, and that's not technically incorrect. The digital version comes out on September 12th. The physical comes out on November 22nd. Now, I'm not the type of guy who usually double dips on games, but seeing Marvel vs. Capcom's track record of just being delisted and, like, not being able to play it anymore, and just becoming very rare, I think I might have to double dip on this one. Moving up a little bit, we got Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Yeah, we were waiting for this game for a while. They announced it, and then they didn't show anything. We got a Yuden Chronicle, even, before we got this. The full title, by the way, they revealed the full title, and I have to look at it because it's a really long-ass title. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Ruin and Dunen Unification Wars. Why? Why name it that? Like, this is a tangent, I get it. It's not important. But why fucking name it that? Just name it Suikoden 1 and 2 HD. You know, and that's not the best name, but, like, it's better than fucking what you actually called it. They're pretty cool. It comes out in March of 2025. Then we get to see Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake. I'm excited for that. They didn't really reveal much new, but yeah. Castlevania Dominus Collection. We got the Castlevania Advance Collection a few years ago. This is the DS Collection, pretty much. So it's Order of Ecclesia, Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and then they're throwing in one of my arch nemesis's Yeah, that's an inside joke if you guys know that one. Haunted Castle, and then like a remaster of it as well, which I don't recall ever getting that remaster before. So is this just a brand new remaster of a game inside this collection? That's neat. Comes out later today, so I'm probably gonna play that. I don't know if I'll have a review for it because I got a lot going on within the next few days. A lot of shit's gonna change. But yeah, I'm excited to play this. And then the one that they ended on, I don't know if I'm going to play this because I'm just not familiar with the franchise, but apparently this is the first game chronologically of the franchise. We got Yakuza Kiwami. Pretty neat. Don't have much to say about it, but yeah. And that's the Nintendo Direct. Drop the phone. Okay, that's the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase and the Indie World Showcase. Indie World Showcase, very forgettable, but I was expecting like nothing from that, so I'm not disappointed. The Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, I also really wasn't expecting much from that, but it ended up being really solid. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. Goodbye.